Good morning. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to start out in supported fish pose. So we're going to take our blocks and we're going to create a T shape with the blocks. On whichever level, you can do this level, which is the medium, or the lowest level. We're going to place this block along the spine, sort of just below the low ribs. Okay, and then this block goes beneath the head. Another version is you can turn the block this way, and the block goes across the back of the heart. So whichever one's more comfortable. We don't want the block to pinch the back at all. So I'll demonstrate. We'll place our feet on the ground and then roll down onto the block, and you can adjust it as you come down. And then this block here for your head, you can have it on any height, even the highest height. So you just want to feel supported, you want to feel comfortable here. And the block shouldn't pinch in and around the shoulder blades, the scapula. Okay, so you can stay here with your feet on the earth, or I'll invite you to take soles of the feet together, knees open wide for Supta Baddha Konasana. So we're in a supported butterfly. But if that's too much, you can just rest the feet on the earth, maybe having the knees draw in towards each other. Allow the arms to splay out by your sides. And allow the body to melt into the blocks here. Chest opens. So from here, we're going to draw the knees up towards each other. If you had taken Supta Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet are on the ground now, knees are bent. And we'll gently roll off the blocks onto either our right or left side. So moving slowly, cradling the head when you get here, just lying for a moment on your side. In your own time, making your way up to sit. Maybe keeping the eyes closed or keeping the gaze soft. We'll just move the blocks out of the way. Then maybe taking a moment to notice the spaciousness around your heart, how easeful your breath is, and the length of your spine. Gently fluttering eyes open, but keeping the gaze soft. We're going to do a few rounds of Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. So a couple options for your hand placement here. We're either going to place the index finger and middle finger against the third eye, using our thumb and our ring finger to alternately plug the nostril one at a time. Or you can take all the fingers in towards the palm except for the pinky finger and thumb and alternate between both nostrils this way with sort of a hang loose hand. Whichever variation you're taking, we're going to inhale through the nose. Take a cleansing breath, exhaling through the mouth. And then on your next inhale, we're going to plug the right nostril. Inhale through the left. And plug the left nostril. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Plug the right and exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Plug the left and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Plug the right, exhale through the left. So continue on with your own breath. I'll invite you to pause at the top of the breath, so when your breath is fully in, and then pause when the breath is fully out. So just taking a moment at the top of the breath and the bottom of the breath. We'll do a few more rounds. So noticing here what it feels like to have the breath be full, to have the lungs filled up with breath, and then noticing what it feels like to have the lungs completely void of breath. We'll do one more round. And then once you're done, releasing your hand back down to your knee and breathing between both nostrils. Maybe noticing a clarity of your breath as it passes in and out through the nose. And then fluttering eyes open, we're going to come forward onto hands and knees. And then drawing the toes in towards each other, we'll take the sit bones down towards the heels, coming into child's pose. Arms can be extended out on the mat in front of you, forehead rests. And leave a lot of space between your knees for your belly. Sending breath into the back of the heart, the back body. Maybe from here, walking hands over towards the right, sending that left sit bone back. You can place the left hand on top of the right palm and send breath into the left side waist between each and every rib. And then moving through center, we'll take it over to the left. This time placing right palm on left and send that right sit bone back. Breathing into the right side waist. And coming back to center, finding child's pose for one more breath. Maybe gathering hands together, anchoring the elbows into the earth. We're going to pick the hands up so your prayer will reach up above the head here, pressing the elbows down into the earth. Releasing the hands to the ground. We're going to slide hands towards our knees, rising up. So we're going to take a block, place that block beneath your sit bones. The inner edges of your feet are going to run along the length of the block. So I would suggest having the block on its lowest height and having the long edges of the block match up with the long edges of the mat. So we're sitting on the block. We're going to draw our knees in towards each other. And here we're just going to draw the chest up towards the sky, arching the spine. On the exhale, slide your hands towards your knees and round through the spine. On the inhale, draw the chest back up. Maybe the gaze follows, keeping the neck long. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Hands can come down towards the knees. Let's just move through these two spaces. And then finding a neutral spine. We're going to pick up our right foot, place it on the inner line of the left leg. So we're still sitting on the block. So the left toes are, or the top of the left foot is on the ground, and the sole of the right foot is on the ground. From here, we're going to take the hands behind our sit bones, and we're going to begin to hinge back. You might need to draw your sit bones a little bit forward on the block. We're going to see if we can come down onto our forearms. If not, that's totally fine. Just draw the spine back slightly. You should feel a really beautiful stretch in the quad of the left leg, into the hip flexors of that left leg. So allow the breath to stay full here. Allow the jaw to be soft. We're going to gently push up out of that. So rising up one hand at a time, keeping the legs as they are. Okay, we'll find a comfortable seat on the block, and then we're going to extend that right leg out in front of us. Hug the left knee in towards the right, so both knees are drawing in towards the midline, and then flex right toes to shin. Stay here or begin to gently hinge forward, keeping the spine long, and send your right sit bone back behind you. So draw the nose towards the toes, send the sit bones back, and breathe into the back of the right leg. Gently rising up if you took that slight forward fold. We're just going to walk the hands over towards the right, twisting the chest towards the right hand side of the mat. Come back through center, gentle twist towards the left. And then coming back to center, we're going to bend both knees, so slide that left foot out. Both feet are on the earth, no rush to get here. And then we'll just take seated child's pose, still sitting on the block. So hug the knees in towards you, maybe resting your chin or your cheeks on your knees. Feel the breath swirling around the back body. Keeping the left foot as it is, we're going to bend the right knee and draw that right shin down to the ground. So we're coming into that half hero pose, other side. So we're nice and stable on the block. Sit bones are rooted down. The top of that right foot is on the ground, and the sole of the left foot is on the ground. So you can stay here. This is a beautiful thigh stretch also. We'll take a couple breaths here. If you want to begin to recline, you can walk your hands gently back. And then readjust your sit bones on the block. You might have to draw belly button in towards your spine. And then slowly lowering down only as far as serves your body. You really want to feel this nice stretch in the whole upper line here on the right thigh, all the way up through the right hip. So the hip flexors on the right hand side, the quads on the right hand side. And then tucking the chin slightly towards the chest, keeping the neck long. Allow the jaw to release here. And allow softness around the spaces around the eyes. Energetically drawing that right knee down towards the earth. Press the right shin down. And send lots of breath into the top of the right leg. When you're ready, gently rising up. You can readjust the sit bones on the block, but keep that right leg as it is. We're going to extend the left leg out in front of us. Curling left toes towards left shin. Stay here or begin to hinge forward, keeping the spine nice and long. Sending that left sit bone back and hugging the right knee in towards the midline. On your next inhale, we're going to slide hands towards us, bend into the left leg. We're going to place that left foot on the ground and then rise up into a low lunge. So taking your time, moving slowly here. Okay, we can remove the block, placing it to the side, and then you can shimmy the front foot forward slightly. We're going to come into a wider stance, allowing the hips to get nice and heavy here. So you might actually want blocks beneath your hands, giving your torso a little bit more space here. You can stay on tented fingertips, allowing the chest to shine forward and letting gravity do its work here, drawing the hips down towards the earth, sending lots of breath into the hip flexors here once again on the right hand side. On your next inhale, taking the hips back. As we work to straighten that front leg, you can slide your blocks and your hands closer towards you. We're going to flex into the left foot, taking Ardha Hanuman, half split pose. So the right hip is stacked over the back knee, the right knee. The chest reaches forward. That left sit bone reaches back. You can stay here or begin to walk the hands forward, bowing over the left leg. Gently rising up. You can stay here with the torso squaring to the top of the mat, or walk your hands. You can take your blocks with you. We're going to walk over towards the left. So on the outside of the left leg. And then draw the inner right thigh towards the inner left thigh. So it's almost as though your thighs are kissing here. Keep that left foot flexed. And then draw your chest over towards the left. So now we're getting a nice opening through the right side body. And we're getting into the outer edges of the left leg, into the IT band here. So this can be very intense, but it shouldn't be painful. So if you're not liking this, you can always just come back to Ardha Hanuman with the chest facing forward. A little discomfort though can be good. We just don't want it to be painful. Noticing any thoughts that arise in this posture. Without judgment, just let them pass. Tapping back into your breath. We'll gently walk back to center. Let's slide that left leg back, taking the knees wide, coming into child's pose. Oh, might feel nice to sigh it out. Whew. On your next inhale, slide the hands forward. You can bring your knees back into hip width apart. We're going to dive the chest down towards the earth, coming into Anahata Asana pose, so heart pose. Hips are stacked over knees, chest melts down. Stay here, or maybe rising up slightly. We're going to thread that left arm underneath right, coming into thread the needle. Drawing the left shoulder down towards the mat. Chest twists open towards the right. On your inhale, rising up, let's take it to the other side. This time lacing that right arm beneath left. Coming down onto the right shoulder here, chest opens towards the left. On your next in-breath, rising up. We're going to step that right foot forward and shimmy the right foot a little bit further forward, coming into low lunge. Once again, you can place blocks under your hands to give yourself a little bit more space. The back toes are untucked, or you can place fingertips on the mat and allow the heart to shine forward. Maybe the right side of your chest is resting on your right thigh, and the hips are really heavy here. Sending lots of breath into the sensations in and around the hips. Remembering the fullness of the breath from the beginning of class. See if you can tap back into that even in this intense shape. On your next inhale, we're going to work to straighten the front leg, drawing the hips towards the back of the mat, flexing through that right foot. You can bring your blocks with you here, or tenting fingertips. So left hip is stacked over left knee this time, and we reach the chest forward. Imagine drawing the collarbones towards the top of the mat. You can stay here or begin to walk the hands forward, hinging over the right leg. Keep drawing that right sit bone back. And then gently rising up, keeping the legs as they are. You can stay here or walk your hands over towards the right. So hands and blocks can come to the outer edge of that right leg. So we're twisting the torso over towards the right. And this time imagine the inner left thigh kisses the inner right thigh. And keep flexing into that right foot. Breathe into the sensations here. Maybe see if you can find a slight smile. On your next inhale, coming back to center. Let's take that right leg back, coming into child's pose. Once again, maybe sighing it out. On your next inhale, we're going to slide forward into Sphinx pose. So coming down onto your belly, we're going to place the forearms on the earth, elbows beneath shoulders, fingers spread wide, fingers rooting down into the earth, forearms rooting into the earth, tops of the feet root down. From here, see if you can bend your knee and draw your knee up, right leg. Draw your right leg out towards the right. So we're going to take a frog leg here. So we're bending the right leg. The inner line of the right leg is on the ground. The right foot is flexed. And then draw the chest forward. If this is too much to stay in Sphinx with the upper body, you can just release the body down to the ground, resting your chin on the ground or on your hands. So keep flexing through that right foot and keep drawing the right hip, the top of the hip, down towards the ground. Keeping the left leg active as well, pressing the tops of all 5 toes on the left foot down into the ground. We'll slide that right leg back to meet left. And then switching sides, so draw the left knee up towards the left armpit. The inner line of the left leg stays tacked down to the ground. And then we're flexing into the left foot. So we have a frog leg on our left leg. The right leg is straight. So tack that left hip down into the ground and shine the heart forward. Once again, if this is too intense, you can always just take the torso down towards the ground, resting your forehead or chin on the earth or on your stacked hands. On your next exhale, slide left leg to meet right. We're going to bend the knees here so the soles of the feet reach up towards the sky, and just windshield wipe your feet side to side. You might hear some releases in the hips here. That's all good. Some popping or cracking. And then finding center, we'll take the legs down to the ground. We're going to roll over onto our left side. You can prop your head up here with your left hand. We're going to bend our knees. And then drawing the right knee in towards the chest, we're just going to open it wide, drawing semicircles with that knee, or I guess full circles. Draw the nose in towards the knee, up towards the sky, down towards the lower edge of the mat, and back around. So you can always use the right hand in front of you to just prop yourself here. We'll do one more circle. And then reaching that right leg up towards the sky. You can clasp for your shin, maybe the outer edges of your foot or your ankle, and draw that right leg towards the top of the mat. Awesome, releasing that. We're just going to roll over onto the other side. So you can prop your head up here, or if it's more comfortable, You can rest your head on the earth. And then once again, we'll draw big circles. So taking that left knee in towards you, up towards the sky and back around. Feeling into all of the spaces around your hip. Awesome. And then coming back to stillness, we'll extend the left leg up towards the sky and then reaching for either the shin or maybe the ankle or the outer edge of the foot. And then draw that left leg towards the top of the mat. Really pressing the heel away from you, breathing into the back of the left leg. And then releasing that. We're going to roll onto our back. Hugging the knees in towards the chest, maybe gently rocking side to side. We'll take thread the needle. So placing the sole of the right foot on the ground, keeping the knee bent. We'll take the left ankle, placing it on right thigh, and then reaching through your legs, interlacing hands around that right shin. We'll pull that right leg in towards our chest as you push the left knee away from you. Awesome, let's release that. We'll switch sides. So left foot on the ground, left knee bent, placing right ankle on left thigh, and then interlacing our fingers around that left shin or behind the left leg, behind the hamstring, and draw the left leg in towards the chest as we press that right knee away. Gently releasing that, placing both feet on the ground, about mat width apart, and then draw the knees in towards each other. Just taking a couple moments here, maybe the hands are stacked on top of the belly. From here, we're going to reach for one of our blocks. Hopefully they're close by. And then taking feet hip width apart. Take your arms by your side. You should be able to touch the edges of the heels, the backs of the heels with your fingertips. And then take the block. We're gently going to roll up, coming into bridge pose, supported bridge pose. We're going to place the block beneath the sacrum, so that's the triangle bone at the base of the spine. So you can place it on any height, the lowest, medium height, or the tallest height. You don't want to force it here, but we want to be able to hang out and allow the back to release here in supported bridge. So arms can splay out by your side. Chin tucked slightly towards the chest, preserving the natural curve to the cervical spine in your neck. And allow the exhales to lengthen, signaling the body to soften and release. On your next inhale, gently picking the hips up off the block, moving the block towards the side, and then gently rolling down the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. And once again, we'll take the feet as wide as the mat, drawing the knees in towards each other, neutralizing the spine. From here, we'll pick up the legs. Knees are bent. We're going to cross the right knee over left. And then see if you can reach for either your shins or maybe the outer edges of your feet. We're going to draw the feet or the shins in towards our body as we press the knees away. And then releasing that. See if you can take eagle legs here. So keeping that right leg crossed over left. See if the right foot can interlace around that left shin. And then from here, we're going to take the hips a little bit over towards the right. So you can place that left foot down on the ground, shimmy the hips slightly over to the right, and then we'll take reclined spinal twist with eagle legs. So draw the knees down towards the left. If this is way too intense, uncross the legs and just stack that right knee on top of left. From here, the gaze may fall over that right arm. Arms are in a T shape. Coming back to center, let's uncross the legs. Let's bring our hips back to neutral, so you can slide the hips back over towards the midline. And this time we're going to cross the left knee over right, pick up both feet, and either clasping the shins or the outer edges of the feet, we're going to press the knees away from us and draw the feet in towards us. Releasing that, let's find eagle legs. Then you can place your right foot on the ground, shimmy the hips slightly over towards the left, and then take the knees down towards the right. So recline, spinal twist with eagle legs. Maybe the gaze falls over the left arm this time. Back to center, uncross the legs. Let's hug knees in towards the chest. Maybe taking the hands onto the knees, drawing little circles here, massaging the low back. Take the circles in the opposite direction. And then we'll take happy baby or anything else that you'd prefer to do for our last posture. If you're doing happy baby, soles of the feet reach up towards the sky, bending deeply into the knees, either clasping the shins or the outer edges of the feet and drawing the knees down towards the earth. It might feel great just to stay still. It might feel wonderful to just rock gently side to side. And then from here, releasing that, we'll hug knees in towards the chest, maybe curling into a little ball, drawing your nose towards your knees, hugging yourself tight. And then, releasing everything down towards the mat, finding final rest, Shavasana corpse pose. Allow the feet to splay out towards the sides, the arms to splay wide. Feeling the body supported here, allowing all tension to melt down into the ground, to the earth below you. See if there's anywhere that you can release even more tension down into the earth. Maybe softening around the shoulders or the hips. Maybe softening around the eyes or the jaw. Wiggling fingers and toes, bringing awareness back into the body. Maybe reaching the arms up overhead, reaching the toes away from you. Gently, in your own way, rolling over onto either your right or left side, pausing here for a couple breaths. Then gently making your way up to sit. Maybe keeping the eyes closed as you do so. Feeling that beautiful breeze. Listening to the birds singing their beautiful songs. Feeling the sun kissing your skin. Feeling gratitude for this life, this breath, this amazing body. Placing both hands on your heart, bowing your chin slightly towards your chest. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day today to practice with me. So much gratitude to you today and always. Namaste.